Dear friends, 513 days of war. Interdiction missions are continuing from both the sides, especially from the Russians, and many more on Odisha with cruise missiles and drones. They also include Zhytomyr, Zaporizhia, Dnepropetrovsk, Sumy, Kherson. On war fronts in east towards Bakhmut, Ukrainian counteroffensive towards Klishchiivka is on since 8 May. Even before Bakhmut fell on 20th May, it has gained 3 to 5 kilometers. However, situation is not that favorable on Kurdyomivka and Barkhivka front. In Barkhivka Yagudnoye sector, though Ukrainian losses are much lesser than Klishchiivka, they are not able to sustain their counteroffensive like what is happening towards Klishchiivka. Ukrainian army is now openly using cluster bombs in these sectors. Ugledar, the Ukrainian attack did not succeed, while in Marinka fight is going on very fiercely, especially towards Krasnogorovka. On Avdiivka front, the Russian army has managed some minor gains. In south, on Zaporizhia front, Ukrainians continued their attacks on Kamyansky and increased buffer zone here around Lobkov and Pyatikhatki. Here too, uses of cluster bombs are noticed. In Rimivki salient, the Ukrainian attack hasn't gained anything in last couple of days. In north, Russian army is continuing its attack towards Torsky, Novosiliosky and Makiivka. Towards Kupiansk direction, the Russian army is continuing pressure towards Sinkiivka and Matsutovka. This is the general situation of the war zone. The British Financial Times has said that minefields laid by Russian army is the most difficult obstacle for the Ukrainians since counteroffensive started. It has disabled armor vehicles supplied by NATO, crippled soldiers and undermined their morals. A different kind of news from Brazil. More than 5,000 sexual assault complaints have taken place, which is all-time high in 2022 and has increased by 8%. Out of them, 61% were against 13 years of age or below, and 6% includes femicides. This is 3% increase and towards domestic violence. You may not blame capitalism for this. Nonetheless, it is capitalist morale and culture which is seen all over the world. Brazil is a simple example. And what you might have seen what is happening in India, northeast state, one of the Manipur, where 2 women were masked naked and were raped subsequently. And especially after this war, the countries like Myanmar, Afghanistan, India and other dictatorial or fascist regimes have been approached by the two camps for the support, and thus overlooking the war crimes, what they themselves are involved in, and the human right violations that are taking place in these countries, which are being overlooked. And world over, the situation is going against the working population. And that's all from my side. Thank you, friends. See you tomorrow.